Now, this morning, the information is overwhelming. Okay, this morning, the information is overwhelming. There's loads of information to share with you. So today's MAO could be a bit longer than usual, but again, this information are very important to you. So hope you enjoy it. All right, once again, today is the Thursday. All right, yes, we are at all-time high right now. Okay. Now, just a couple of days ago, when we saw the CPI data, the PPI data, I already tell you guys, we're going to go up. I've been saying that the market is going to go up, and it really happened. Now, last night, we saw the Dow crossing the all-time high level. And immediately itself, I received phone calls from people or messages from friends asking me, Kel, what should we do? Buy? Now, this is the thing that I realize that always happens. People won't buy when the time to buy. People want to buy when it's not the time to buy. So my view is very simple for today, tomorrow. All right, it's today and tomorrow. I want you to consider to take profit, okay? I want you to consider to take profit, okay? It's as simple as that. Consider to take profits, okay? Do consider doing that. Okay, take profits, okay, from your long position. Now, whichever long position you are in right now, do consider to take some profits, okay? This is something very important, and I want you to consider doing that, okay? Consider, okay? Now, why do we say that you need to do full profit? Because now, as usual itself, right, a lot of this market correspondents, CNBC, I mean, all these people are calling for buy. In fact, from this morning onwards, I've been receiving a lot of messages and see on all the mainstream media, YouTubers are calling for buying and stuff like that. So really, this is my personal view. Now today you can see there's 4 pictures over here. Now today Evergrande itself, right, will begin trading, and they're just 2 days away from their so-called debt payment, right? So hopefully the next 2 days they are able to complete they can pay their debts. If not, right, we have a bit of problem. Then of course UK, we have great issue in UK in COVID side. Then Tesla earnings was fantastic, and of course, look at this. This is something very scary. Look at this too. I think you should recognize recognize who this actor is, right? Later on as well, right, you will see something very scary that is happening right now in the world of technology. All right, I'll talk about this later. So let's begin our morning MAO. Now, once again, my job is to tell you what to look out for the market. Your job is to basically consider on what you can do with whatever I share during the MAO. All right. Once you have read this above, the disclaimer, you have accepted and indemnified me. All right, very important. Okay, let's continue. Now, the Wall Street joke of the day is this. Okay, the sky is falling because of a drop of water coming down, or the S&P breaking through a new all-time high. So the thing is this: the optimistic person itself is saying that wow, the S&P is going through the roof and down through the clouds and the sky. That's why you can see water, or in this case itself, fragments coming down. So this guy is saying the sky is falling off, but the optimistic guy, the one who's long in the market, will tell you that, oh, okay, because it's going through the roof. Okay, this is what the joke is all about. Now, undeniable is all right. The S&P is really doing very well, and I know that a lot of people are actually very keen to buy more into the market. But as I personally say itself, right, when everybody is keen to go to one particular direction, it's always good to consider to go to the other direction, because that is how things work in the financial market. All right, so we know that the Dow rise to a new record high, and this could signal a start of the year-end rally. So after a choppy early October itself, right, we can see that the Dow came down below the 50-day moving average, and I told you that it will stay here for quite a while, because that is how it works. Then after that itself, right, it will attract a lot of people going in to short the market, and then after that it will resume its upside. Now this was mentioned, and now it's really happening. So over here itself, right now they are telling you the favorable seasonal pattern should bring the market to new highs itself, because now they are saying that usually by the end of November and December, the market will go up for the Christmas season. And since 1945, the S&P has been up by 7.2%. So for the last 80 years or so, okay, about 75 years or so, all right, the S&P has been up since October low to the end of December, 7.2%. So the biggest gain was back in 1998, whereby the market rose 28.1%. Wow! And even the worst performance was actually 1973. Okay, that it declined 9.9%. So it was like the high was 28%, the downside is 9.9, but that is 1973. So that was after the towards the recession period. So that's why they are saying that 92% of time, or maybe out of the 50, 60 years or 70 years, all right, this is the best time. What's after 30 years, 92%, I mean, last about 60 years, the market has always been positive. Okay, the market has always been positive. So because of that, it makes a lot of sense that you should consider to be long in the market. So that's why I tell you this, guys. Look, okay, then you take care of. Then these guys are calling for buy. I say, yeah, but correct, the market just went all-time high. So what you do is just let the market pull back first a little bit more. Okay, then at the bottom again, you buy up towards it. You understand? That means that every time the market pulls back, it's a very good idea to just buy into the market. Right, but you don't chase when the market's up already, because when you chase it up the market, it's all right. Yeah, maybe you may get 1 or 2 days correct, but then after that, when the price comes down, it's all right. You're holding a baby, and after that, you need to go through a lot of pain, and maybe you will cut loss in between, and before that itself, right, you will be out of position. And the worst thing to do is that then after that itself, when the price goes back up again, you are no longer holding the position. You understand my point? This is going to be pretty sad if you actually go through this cycle. So that's why my point is this, okay? Let me just show you through a simple drawing. You consider, okay? Just consider. Yeah, let me just draw it for you. So the machine like that now, right? Let the price come back down. Okay, so now you take profit first, okay? You TP first. And then after that, when the price come down, when the price recover, this is where you go in to buy. You understand? You go in to buy, right? And then let the price go up again. And then you TP again, okay? You TP again. And then the price, if come down, you're going to buy it again. You understand? That is what you should be doing. And not chasing here. If you chase here right now, what happened? Think about this, guys. Think about this. If you actually chase your counter right now here, you chase it in, then the price comes down, you will be panicking and you may have a lot of delusional thinking. And then what happened? You will cut loss at this junction here. And then what happened? You won't be buying. And you look the price go all the way up, and then you couldn't accept it anymore, and you jump in right in again at this point. And then what happened? The cycle just repeats. You understand? So it makes a lot of sense to actually consider to take some partial profits right now. Then after that, buy again. Okay. So anyway, this is my personal view on this thing here itself. Of course, you may say, "Kel, what if the price go all the way up itself? That means the bull run." Well, let us face it, the fact and figures itself, okay? So anyway, my job is to inform you what you can consider to do. Your job is to make the final decision, okay? All right. So why is still the joke of the day? Because remember the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Now, Robert Kiyosaki basically he made a wave in the September month, and he says that, right, October, there will be a great financial collapse in the stock market. He says that, right, this is a great opportunity to buy, but we must have the great financial crash. In fact, itself, he said that this could be the mother of all financial crises. Now, we are just about 9 days away from the end of the month. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? Do you think that we're going to see the mother of all crashes coming down in the market? Because, well, until now, I don't see that. Now, Robert Kiyosaki said a giant stock market crash coming October. Why? Treasury and federal shorts of T-bills, gold, silver, Bitcoin may crash too. Huh? Cash best for picking bargains after crash. Not selling gold, silver, Bitcoin, yet have loads of cash for life after stock market crash. Stocks dangerous. Careful. 26th of September 2021. So we all know now, right? Everybody who woke up this morning will know that Bitcoin have just hit all-time high 66,000 level. We have gold recovering. We have silver up itself. So unless Robert Kiyosaki has something that we don't know itself, if not, it's all right. I really think that he might have to bite the bullet again. All right. Now he has been wrong for 5 years. Okay, for 5 years he's been wrong. So the thing is, will he be wrong again? I can tell you this: maybe he will be. All right. So that is why it's become the joke of the day for the market itself. All right. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that Robert Kiyosaki will be correct, or you think that he will be wrong? Right. Tell me, if you think that Robert Kiyosaki will be correct, please keep correct. If you think he's going to be wrong, just keep wrong yourself. Okay, what do you think, guys? Give me your answer right now. Okay. Now, while I'm waiting for your reply itself, right, let's look at today's data. Now we saw a few data coming out last night, but today we have Intel. We have AT&T, we have Chipotle, all right, now, and BlackRock, now, Blackstone, sorry. So what happened is that I believe that, right, these counters itself, right, will actually be rather okay, but again, I might stress is this, most companies now are showing that their third quarter results are pretty okay, but actually look carefully, they are not having a pretty optimistic fourth quarter, but you realize that the mainstream media don't cover that part. They only cover on the third quarter earnings, which is obviously is good because we saw the stock market going up, we saw there's so much money pumped in the system. They know it, so they focus only on the earnings, but they don't forecast, they don't even talk about what is the fourth quarter, forecast here, so what the so-called fourth quarter expectation. This is actually pretty sad. All right, Brian, he will be corrected. That's a good one. All right. Okay, so the thing is this, let's just do a little bit of sharing of what I shared yesterday. Now, yesterday, basically, I mentioned that gold will go up. Now, don't think about this. Now, yesterday, when gold, the day before, when gold came down, a very long tail coming down, same thing again. Some student text me on the side, Cal, you may not know candlestick. I believe that this is a reversal hammer, and this will bring the gold price down lower. Now, I understand candlestick, my friends. I've been using candlestick for the longest of time. Trust me on this. But again, like I say, I also understand trend, and I also understand what the boys are trying to do. So what I did was very simple. I gave a simple model. I told you that if gold stays above 1766, gold will go up, right? Remember that? I said that. Number two, I say that, right, if gold can cross 1777, as long as gold can cross 1777, gold will go higher. Remember that? So if you think that you remember what I told you, right, this keyword was spot on for me. And of course, what did gold did? It was exactly what we are supposed to expect to happen. So gold basically itself stayed very firmly above 1766. All right, you can see that firmly above it. And then after that, 1777 is here, right? 1777, it was here. So when it go past 1777, it basically propelled that gold even higher to about 1786 level, I think so. All right, it went even higher. So from the 1777, and even you will be very safe, you buy after 1777, you still got at least about $9 to profit from the market. All right. So once again, it's all right. Thank you so much, Chongming, Toming, Ryan, Anthony. All right. Thank you for this validation. All this itself is going to help me a lot for my marketing. And I think that you guys also appreciate that I really did this call. And I know that a lot of you actually have made money from trading gold. All right. Congratulations to you, Brian and Judy. All right, then after that is Sarah. I even purposely go into the TWB chart to give you a bit more extensive sharing about where the gold could be going. And I show you that why, because the TSI is green, uptick green. We have no blue bars. It's a color change, CCRY. And I told you that once the gold go past 1775, which is the pivot level, it should be able to much higher. And of course, the first target we put is 1795. And of course, we can even aim at 1804. And did the gold do that exactly? Yes, indeed. You can see that very nicely. So the gold went up. It stabilized at the TSCB 1767, crosses the 1777 mark. And then after that, now it closed at the 1782 level. All right. Again, this shows the effectiveness of the TWB system. All right. So thank you, Janet, Melvin, and Judy. All right. I really want you guys to make money. All right. I always tell people this. So yesterday when I called for whether how many of you bought gold, right? And then straight away itself, right? Some of you responded, okay, and I got a message from another student. Hey, Kel, why are you doing this again? Why must you jinx this? I said that why am I jinxing it? Because I said that doesn't mean that yet the day we lose doesn't mean that we will make money. And this is a system, and a system called for buy. Just follow through. So he said that, yeah, but you just keep quiet, right? I said, no need, all right? If we are confident with our system, we just have to follow the system. That is all about that. Isn't that correct? All right, so fortunately, we did not jinx the system, and of course, we all make money, right? Congratulations to those who've been buying gold, all right? Okay, so the thing is this community, all right, is definitely growing and growing and growing. As I said to you guys, we are doing very well, doing fine now with our Hang Seng group itself. More and more people are coming on board. All right. So please consider to come and join us. I'm not kidding you. It's absolutely free, except that you have to subscribe to the indicator Hang Seng, and you need to go through the training first. So contact Keng Hua for more details. All right. Okay, so now this is where it get all exciting right now. Everybody, are you ready for this? Okay, guys, are you ready? So what is happening over here right now? Okay, as you can see, okay, that we have the initial jobless claims. Okay, now initial jobless claim, the last time it was 293,000 claims, and today, interestingly, they are looking at a slightly higher number. Slightly higher number. Hey, this is quite interesting though. So what do you think will be the number, guys? Guess tonight jobless claims must be exact figure, and the price is 19.88 ADA coins. All right, kindly now do your numbers. Okay. TWB System, Pascal, MAO, superb and awesome. Wow, thank you, brother. Thank you. Chongming, cocaine. My goodness, I got to see it now. Oh gosh. Okay, we got eat, cannot sleep, wow, and cannot. Oh my goodness. Thank you. All right, guys, please key your answer right now. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to write down your answer. All right, guess tonight jobless claim. It must be exact figure. Price 19.88 ADA coin. All right, now what if we have a tie? Then the coins will be split down to be shared. Okay, all right, so please key your answer right now. Last 20 seconds. Last 20 seconds, tell me what do you think is the tonight jobless claim, all right? Last 15 seconds. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, my personal number. What's my number? 313. Okay, my number is 313. Okay, so count number is 313, and wow, Nicholas 180,000. Okay, all right, ready? No more already. After that, that's it. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's just see who will be the lucky winner, who can guess it correctly, and that person will get home with the 19.88. Now, what if again no one get it correct? Now, what happened? Snowballer, it will snowball again to another bigger number. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Let's hope that today someone win. Okay. All right. So now the thing is this: look at the Dow Jones. You can see very clearly Dow Jones, although it went at the new all-time high. Actually, it went even higher to the midday. Then after that, at about 35,650, there was some profit taking. And I remember that I text you in the group chat. I said that guys, those who are long in Dow Jones around here itself, do consider to take some profit. Okay, I did mention that, and I hope that you guys have also heeded that advice. Okay, to take some profit from the market. And now what's happening right now? Let's take a look. Okay, oops, for 1 minute. Just on PowerPoint moment. Okay, the Dow Jones jumped to new all-time high. S&P 500 notches 6-day win streak. Wow, 6 days. All right, so what happened is sentiment. Okay, investor sentiment was boosted by better than expected earnings. Okay, like I say, the earnings have been all better than expected. You realize that, but the problem I say is that they don't focus on the fourth quarter. That is something you must understand. But again, you don't see that re-mentioning on mainstream media. Okay, and of course we have Bitcoin going to 66,000. Now, Bitcoin going to 66,000. What's the big deal about this? Well, some companies like Hollywood company, like Tesla, all these companies who like in between got some relationship with Bitcoin will likely benefit. So because of that itself, right, the Dow continue to go higher. All the fears of Delta, COVID surge, supply chain hiccup, China property crisis, the Federal Reserve showing the sign of potential removing all the stimulus, and all the inflation data is no longer a worry. You can see that, right? All these were the highest of worry for all investors, but you can see that mainstream media will just tell you. But while they tell you this, they do the other thing. They actually go there itself. They actually go in to do the opposite. You understand my point, right? So we've seen this before many times in Wall Street. Like example, like say there's one particular US investment company, they were calling for sell on Tesla. But on the other side, they've been buying Tesla. Then of course, when they found out, right, when people found out, right, they say, oh, because of a different department. So that is why they can go around it. So these are incredible stuff they can think about. Anyway, you can see from the chart wise itself, right, on about the 9th of about 14th of August, we saw the Dow Jones hit the record high, and then the Dow came all the way down itself to the 22nd of September, and then it bottomed out very nicely at the 95% mark. And then after that, we told you the Dow will recover, and truth be told, the Dow really went all the way up, as you can see right now. So the thing is this, history again has proven that you must really consider that usually after the market goes up, right, there will be some pullback, but after the pullback itself, it will rally again. So with all these things itself, right, all shows that the S&P 500 or the US stock market will jolly well go higher. So this is what the seasonal pattern is saying. So guys, you may want to take note of that. Okay, so let's just look at what happened last night. Beautifully, what happened last night, huh? Okay. Now, first of all, the Dow Jones opens, the Dow Jones opens here, okay, between the two pivot. The KSI is green, it's an uptick green. So what naturally happened, when the price came down, you notice that the low of the day is 35,392, and the pivot 2 was 35,382. So the market misses the pivot 2 and then rebounded. And once it rebounds, if there's any triggering point, CCRY with a BNB, it will be a good buy, right? So this is for all we know that. And let's take a look whether it happened. Okay, let's take a look. So if you look at the chart right now, the market is ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Okay, there is a BNB right here, but this BNB did not trigger anything, but the entry bar did trigger OP, right? So because of that itself, this is a CCRY with a BNB triggering OP. So this is actually a buy. And of course, if you follow through with it for a while, the price did come back down, and then but it still did not break the stop loss. And then another BNB came in. Now this BNB this time around did not trigger anything. But again, it's a BNB. And I told you before, right, when a BNB surface, you just have to look at it. And truth be told itself, once the market breaks above the opening again, that was where the Dow Jones went all the way up and triggered the KTR +1 very, very nicely. All right. Now, yesterday, there was no KSI jump, don't have, okay? Even though there was some momentum movement, there was no KSI jump yesterday. But still, the BNB itself is a very good classic case to tell you that why market move at certain time. And this tells you and speaks for itself, okay? So all this information is so important because as long as you know how to utilize the BNB, you will know what to do. Now, gold is even better. As I say again, gold was even better. Gold opens here. The KSI was uptick green and there was no blue bars at the bottom, so it was a buy. And of course, when the market started to go above the pivot 2, that was a very classic buy signal. So as long as the market basically crossed the pivot 2 and there's going to be any color change that happened on the pivot 2, it will be a buy for CCRY positioning, right? So let's take a look whether or not did it happen and look at it. Beautiful. Okay, so what happened in gold? Gold was below OP, below P2 first, and it was just sideways, sideways, sideways. Then it began to move up towards the pivot 2. Now, once it hit pivot 2, you notice that it got stuck right here. But if you look carefully again, this is a BNB. Can you see that? This is a BNB and this is a CCRY. So it's a CCRY BNB pivot triggered. Now you notice that pivot 2 and KTR +1 is the same. So when it was OP here itself, right? If you look upwards itself, you know that the pivot 2 and the KTR +1 is actually a stack. It's actually a stack. So when it's a stack itself, right? I told you, whenever there's a stack there, the market, if it's going up, let's say the stack on top, right? Then the market is going upwards, right? It will go towards the stack very easily. It's like a law of attraction. It will like a magnet. Now, if the stack is at the bottom, then the market is going downwards, right? Then it's very good to see. It's very quite clear to expect to see going down towards that point. So that was why in the morning already we started to buy gold, and we know that gold will go up. Then after that, when it stabilized at pivot 2 and KTR +1, it began to march higher, and this time around continue to go up. All right. So again, all this information tells you how you can trade with the market as long as you know the TWB rules by your hand. Okay. All right. So that is what you can do. Wow, Judy, your number is same as mine. Is it? I didn't know that. Okay. Judy, good. Let's see whether we can share this ADA coin between us, okay? All right, let's see. Okay, anyway, thank you, Judy. I really didn't see your answer earlier, so this is my thing. Oh, I saw that Michael, actually, your answer is 312. Wow, very close to mine. Okay, let's hope one of us will win also. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, guys, for those who participate into this guess the initial jobless claim. All right, so now there's going to be loads and loads of local and global news and market news, so please stay with me. Now, UK doctors call for urgent return of COVID restriction as expert monitor new mutation. Oh gosh, new mutation again. Now, health leaders warn on Tuesday that UK risks stumbling into a winter crisis. Okay, so this is what's happening now in UK. And 2 days ago, I was covering UK, and I tell you guys, I don't understand how can they have football matches with everybody hugging each other without the mask. But again, I'm no expert here itself. Maybe there's something that we don't. So yesterday itself, right, people are saying that why are we in Singapore doing the same thing itself, not doing the same thing? All right, that's why it's happening. So now the UK health minister says that the COVID cases may hit 100,000 a day in winter, and there's no contingency measures for now. Oh my goodness. So they are looking at, they won't implement plan B until much later. They won't look at it closely at the data and stuff like that. So of course, you can see now the number is going nuts again, and it's like surging. And of course, we do know something we all know, right? This is very simple. We all know that when the temperature or the weather temperature goes down, we get, get flu and cold easily. So if you look at this, this is a chart, November 16 chart. So I'm sure this is probably in January, right? So you can see that during the winter period, okay, there's always an upsurge in all the countries in terms of the COVID cases. So undeniable, we're going to see something similar that's going to happen, all right? And this is not going to be good because why? That means that more people will be at home nursing this COVID, and then what happened? The supply chain already a big problem now. It will cause even more problem later. So that is the problem now that we are seeing, and we all know that it's on the way. So probably that's the reason why our Singapore government doesn't want to really open up, and in fact extend it instead. Okay, all right. So I didn't cover this. I'll cover this tomorrow, but take a look. All right. So now WHO comes in again as usual. They come in again and tell you know what? Okay, this is like no good, and this will actually create more problem in the time to come. And the cases are all going up because the restriction has eases, and of course all the cases went up from Hungary to Poland. All right, Czech, all right. Okay, all these countries all has went up. So it seems that our government, Singapore government, do know that the problem here. You know that once you open up itself, the COVID cases will go up. But again, is that by depriving us, does it really help? And of course, this is how it is, how a COVID patient breathes oxygen through a mask. So now you can see that it's really, really anyone who is down with COVID, this is something that you need to have. And you realize that our mainstream media never do such thing to show you things like that. Because why? Because they don't scare us. But when you see this as well, right, then you probably will know that, hey, you know what, this is not joking matter. So that's the reason why I decided to show you this, not to scare you, but let you know that, right, the consequences of having a COVID. So that's why please keep your distance, okay? And also be very careful. Now, of course, today, China Evergrande says that the 2.6 billion stake sale of property has fallen through. Okay, that means that it didn't go through. All right, they're supposed to sell it away. All right, but apparently they couldn't come to terms with a deal, and it didn't go through. And this is China Evergrande. Now, China Evergrande itself, right, like I say, they will be resuming trading today. All right, they should be resuming trading today because they've been hot since October the 4th. All right, so what happened is that this company itself now is like on the brim of collapse because they have $300 billion in debt, okay? And it's like no sound, no picture that the government will support them or take care of them. So that's why a big, massive problem might be coming up in the next couple of days. Oops, okay, hold on. Okay, now the thing is this, with all these ongoing problem right now, right, the problem really lies in the way the government or the Federal Reserve is doing this business. Because there are millions of jobs that's available, but a shortage of workers. And the reason for the shortage is because that people are retiring, one of them, but actually people are voluntarily quitting their roles. Oh my goodness. Okay, as they demand for more pay, because you must understand, it's now a workers' environment. The workers now can actually ask for more pay, and the employers must give more. If not, they won't work. And because of that itself, right, this caused a big disruption, especially in the supply chain and global labor shortage. And because of that, all this itself, right, even the jobs are available, no one want to do. But you must understand the biggest thing is this, because now there is no urgency to return to work, because everybody now seemingly has saved up some money due to all the given money from the government. And then because of that itself, right, people don't feel that it's really an urgency to work. And the stock market is doing so well, all-time high. The Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency is all at a high level itself. Why must we work? So more and more people are taking the easier route to stay at home to trade. And if they trade itself and the market is doing well, there's nothing to be worried about. I just saw some of the articles on YouTube, TikTok itself, right? People making like $50,000, $100,000 from betting on this penny counters and making money. And this is usually the point. When you allow this thing to happen itself, right, and no one's going back to work, you have to suffer in the economy. And of course, that will lead to the other problem is that if you put more money in, lesser people will work. Now that we have a big issue. So the right way to do this is just go for the chop. All right, guys, take a look itself, right? Take a look at this picture. Okay, now this is one of my favorite actor. Can you take a look itself, these two? Okay, can you tell me which one is a real person? A or B? Tell me, A or B, which one is a real person? Let me know, guys. Which one is a real person? A or B? Okay, take a look this up. This is really incredible. This one I'm just showing you because I want you to know that, right? There is this particular thing called Deepfake. Deepfake is actually a very powerful app. And this app itself, right, can actually create things like this. They can actually they can actually really make you look like someone, and if you don't pay attention to detail, it can be very wrong. So yes, indeed, the real person is B. Yes, this is B. Now, and one look itself, right, they are almost identical. Now, trust me on this. Take a look, everybody. Now, this is how they did it. Okay, what they did is very simple. Okay, what they did is they take Tom Cruise's actual face, and then put it onto the guy's picture. Video, and then that creates a Tom Cruise with the guy, okay, and create videos. Oh my goodness! That means that what they did is that it's not impersonating. It's actually literally so you take a Tom Cruise face and then put onto your own face, and you do all the stunt. And the thing is that it really gelled very well. And oh my God, you can look at him doing a lot of videos. But obviously, you know that Tom Cruise and a man of his level and status, he won't do all this funny thing, but it's actually available on Facebook and YouTube. And the scary part is this really, it looks like that. So this guy is actually on the left side is a fake person. What he did is that he'll do this like eating the lollipop. And because he basically put Tom Cruise face onto himself, it became Tom Cruise, licking a lollipop. Can you understand my point? It's crazy. So next time it's all right if you actually receive any WhatsApp video, all right, you really may want to consider whether the person on the other side is really real, because this can be happening. And in fact, in China, a lady, this guy, naughty boy, I'll put it this way, he tried to do some random calling and get a girl, and the girl just talked to him for a minute or so, but the lady was managed to capture all his expression, right? And after that, he take this picture and video and do it onto the deepfake, and wow, things got very bad. And of course, he was like, he was actually asked to pay a lot of money and stuff like that. This is really crazy, really insane. So that is the reason why it's all right. This world is going to be very incredible, because you never know that one day it's all right. You may be doing something very funny and people will be laughing at you, but you say that I never done that. And when they show you the video, it's actually you. Now don't be stunned by this. It may not be you and the person. It could be done by this thing called deepfake. But my job, is this is ongoing. All right, this is going to happen. I'm going to tell you this very soon. More and more people will have this video running around, and I tell you this, it's going to create a big problem because you don't know which is which indeed. All right, you can see from here itself, right? This is very crazy stuff. Look at it. This is really very crazy stuff. This is like, Obama. You look at it. He took Obama's face and then put into someone else, and look at it. It looks so real. It's the face features almost identical. All right, look at Putin. Oh my goodness, look at Putin. This is Putin original. They took out the face and put in someone else, and then this is the Putin part two. You look at it. Some more. You have this like Donald Trump and other people. Oh my goodness, this is really getting insane, guys. So as I say once again to you guys, please make sure whenever you receive something like this, whereby people telling you that, hey, I saw you doing this as a video and stuff, before you go crazy and think that there's another third dimension, I'm telling you now, that's this thing called deepfake. So go and look at deepfake video. It's everywhere now. Okay, and this is going to be very scary. Okay, deepfake. Oh my goodness. All right, so next time you happen to see me doing something stupid yourself, right? Maybe it's not me. Just remember that. Okay, all right, that's trivia over there, but just to inform you, things are really crazy. And who knows, one day itself, you may see someone going to the White House and then they press a button and you think that is the president or someone else. Crazy. All right, important market information for you guys. Okay, oops, sorry, this morning didn't do a good job on the PowerPoint side. Let me just do it. Sorry for that. Okay, now Bitcoin crossed 66,000 after the landmark US ETF was launched. Okay, now I told you guys that with the ETF coming in, the Bitcoin will go higher, but still, I refuse to buy anything because I think that 56,000 was a very good level to just exit. But of course, the market gave me a big slap in the face. They go for 66,000 right now. And of course, now on my Facebook mainstream media, everywhere itself, everybody is going crazy on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, pancake stacking, and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm jealous, but I can't deny that, right? It's like, to me, it's like, okay, again, this is repeating. And of course, the way the Bitcoin is going up itself, right, it's again the same way. Now, look at this. This is like a man in Turkey, all right, watching Bitcoin. My God, looking at Bitcoin. Now, this means that this is on the cryptocurrency exchange in Turkey, and people actually can see Bitcoin momentum, and Bitcoin become part of our daily life like that. And of course, Paul Tudor Jones, one of the legendary billionaires, says that they prefer crypto over gold. And look at the way crypto move up, right, from 42,000, it just went all the way to 66,000 today without stopping, right? Just from 42, it banged all the way up itself. So is it because there is a huge amount of the people buying? Now, I can tell you this. Remember the country Salvador, all right, when Bitcoin was on the way here itself, right, he bought a lot, right? Remember, they bought a lot here. At the time, the market was saying that it will go down further. But after that, itself, right, look at it. My goodness, they push it up. So it's very clear that there is actually some form of market controlling factor. Is that they make you think that the market is going to go down, but actually what they're doing is go up. So every time when the market do a so-called extensive open like this, you can see over here, back then, it was like 33,000. And then it went up to 58,000. Also very one-sided open, right? Then after that, there's a sharp pullback. Now, guys, I suspect that there'll be a sharp pullback soon, okay? A sharp pullback soon, only when that happens, and then after it consolidate, maybe you can go in to buy before for Christmas. If not, it's right. My personal view is that you shouldn't even go near it with 10-foot pole, okay? All right, but of course, again, my personal take is my view, but if you think that you have a better idea of the market, you can continue, all right? I can't say who's right, who's wrong. You make your own decision, okay? All right, cool. All right, so what happened is that Michael Burry is all right. The time just before Bitcoin was going to 60,000, he was asked about shorting crypto. Now, he's been a very vocal critic on cryptocurrency. He still thinks that Bitcoin is like a housing bubble. He thinks that, right, there is still a lot of people who don't know Bitcoin. And he thinks that, right, this Bitcoin itself, right, like Shiba Inu, right, this cryptocurrency called Shiba Inu is pointless. And he feels that, right, the whole thing itself is a bubble. But of course, he didn't say that he was short. He just said that it's a bubble and stuff like that. So again, two different views on two different camps, all right? And of course, Tesla posted a record revenue and profit for the third quarter. Wow, okay, so Tesla did very well, but the stock price did not really follow through. Let me just bring out a stock for you right now. Let's take a look at the stock price, shall we? Hold on. Okay, let's look at Tesla. Okay, so you realize that, right? The earnings came out, but the stock didn't do that well. Why? Because I told you already, it's all about the third quarter. But if any analysts actually bother about the real forecast, they will know that. So actually, Tesla share yesterday, the day before, already did a reversal. You can see that Tesla already did a reversal, that it was pumped up before the earnings. Then before the earning, it was doing a reversal, and yesterday earning came out already, it didn't do that well. And now we can see that the, wait a minute, I'll just bring it in on. Okay, so you can see that the Tesla share is only up by $1.53 or 0.18%. Okay, so now the thing is this: what do we suspect will happen? I believe that there will be some profit taking coming soon. It should likely cover the gap here itself, which will 840 level. Okay, now once it cover gap, let's see whether it can stabilize. If not, the next dip itself is at 800. Now $800 is still way expensive, but by the time this happens itself, right, the moving average could be able to match it, and then after that, that could be the key support point for it to recover again. All right, so we have to wait for a while. To buy Tesla now is a no-no for me, but again, this is my personal view on Tesla. All right, so with Tesla up itself, right, you can see that, wow, the chart looks good. What the total revenue is increasing every time. Well, we do see the total revenue going up, so it's a very good progress. But you must understand the total deliveries is still about 250,000 electric vehicles. Now, 250,000 is really very small numbers compared to the millions that is being, circulating around. So why is that so? Because everybody's buying on expectation, and again, the next thing is the lack of supply of Tesla stocks. So that is the main reason, and so many people are shorting Tesla. So it becomes like it's very easy to manipulate, I tell you that. And of course, because of this thing itself, right, Elon Musk become the richest man again. And this time around, he's $230 billion. Wow, okay, think about this. Another 20 billion itself is 1/4 away, it's quarter trillion air. My God, okay. Now think about this. Elon Musk is right 3 years ago, like 4 years ago, he's really nobody. He's like only worth like $2 to $3 billion. I mean, so-called, and people like really that doesn't even come near him. But today itself, he's the richest man, and Jeff Bezos is like almost $50 billion away from him. And of course, if you talk Bill Gates now, Bill Gates and this Warren Buffett, if they combine together itself, right, maybe it's just even lesser than Jeff Bezos. So of course, what did Jeff Bezos do? Very simple. This Jeff Bezos itself, right, did a very stupid thing in my opinion. He teases Warren Buffett that he should buy Tesla stock. We all know that, right? Warren Buffett has no much keen idea on Tesla stock, and of course, he's been quite vocal in a way. And there's now this richest man on earth, or Elon Musk, is teasing Warren Buffett, hey, you should buy my stock, you know that, and things that, right, Bill Gates Tesla short position could be stopping him. Oh my God, this guy is such a big mouth, and I know that he wants to just rub it in because a lot of people was teasing him back then. But when it comes to life itself, right, when you are doing so well in life, you just have to learn to shut up sometime in life. So all I can tell you this, I just hope that he maintains to be the richest man on earth, because if he doesn't do that itself, right, how you stab people on the way up, it will be how you will suffer when you're on the way down. This is something that I always learn, and I tell you this is something you must remember. So now you can see that it's another joke here itself. I'm sending a statue, a giant statue of the digit 2 to Jeff Bezos, okay, along with the silver medal. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. All right, you see that this is how Elon Musk is doing right now. Okay, I understand. Back then he was being stepped here, stepped there, everywhere. But oh gosh, really? Must you really do all this? Okay. All right. Now Jim Cramer. Now Jim Cramer is also another interesting character. Once again, now Jim Cramer say, stop listening to all the bearish billionaires. Okay, he blasted the bearish billionaire and saying that every day investors own to stop listening to their stock market calls. So what? Listen to you, Jim Cramer? Flip here, flip there. Okay. So he's saying that, right, if you stop listening to these people, okay, no matter how smart they think they are and stuff like that, because he thinks that they have an agenda, and now they scare you away, and they basically like, so all the good counters, they say they ask you to don't buy, but they report themselves, or they just have some hidden agenda. And he feel that right, they also should stop listening to all the super rich money manager. Example itself, right? That's why he said this. Don't you think it's coincidence that so many hedge fund guys made giant bets against Tesla, Amazon, and Netflix and lost money? So he felt that right, these big guns actually, they are all played out by the boys and stuff like that. So that's why he said that don't listen to them. So I was wondering, so then listen to who then? Okay. So I want to bring back this to you. Just bring to you. It was covered last week, right? I shared with you that about this Goldman Sachs. Now, Goldman Sachs portfolio result in their asset management balance sheet has reduced for the third quarter consecutively. They're reducing their portfolio. So the question is this: if the stock market is doing well, why is Goldman Sachs reducing their portfolio? Number two, Goldman Sachs itself last quarter lost a lot of money, but the market is going up. So how can the market be going up and then Goldman Sachs lost money? So the only answer to this is if they are shorting the market. But the question is, if they are shorting the market, why are they wrong then? So you see my point is all right. A lot of things doesn't gel, and that is whereby I'm just informing and reminding you that, you know, when everybody get too bullish in the market and tell you don't listen to this, listen to that, it's all right. Sometimes you must listen to the little bird beside you and tell you that what to do. So what I'm trying to tell you is this, guys, is that now everybody is kind of worried of the market. And then the S&P 500 is up for 6% in 12 trading days. And you can see the way it's being pumped up is every day it's a gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up. So it's all a lot of air space. Now in trading itself, right, this is called an air space. Okay, it's a gap, it's a hole, and it's getting smaller. Can you see that? The first air, the second air, the third air, and the last air yesterday. So all these will tell you that there's a lot of empty air space that's not is being pumped up. So what will happen is when the market comes down, right, it will come down very fast also at the same time. So that's the reason why I felt that, right, while we are all making money on the long side, do consider to take partial profit first. So I'm going to put it this way again to remind you, for those who are still with me online now, for 45 of you guys, is to really consider to book, okay, to book at least 80% of your profits right now, book, okay? And then maybe the last 20% itself, right, we just do a SWL, a showing level, somewhere here or here. You understand my point? So that if the price come back down itself, right, you'll be just stop out and then you still get back some money. All right, but you can consider now at a high level, please consider to book at least 80% because you don't want to be caught with your pants down when the price really comes down, right? This is my personal view here, okay? And of course, what is very important is you can see that now the VIX, okay, now VIX you can see is really coming down, and now we are almost near the July low, June low itself. And of course, usually it's at this point we have to watch out. And a lot of people are thinking that now because it's so low now, you should be expecting the market to go up higher, which I totally disagree. So let me show you now this thing, the barometer, right? I told you about that. Okay, so remember this, when the barometer was at 32 itself, right? I told you there's fear in the market, and I shared with you, right? The market itself, right, will likely bottom out over here and recover. Even though I'm waiting at 11 and 12, but I know that the market will bottom. And truth be told, after from 11 October to today, now 20 October, 9 days later, the fear and greed indicator now is already trading at 67. All right, so from 32, it went on to 67, and now we are at a greed level here itself. Okay, so 1 month ago, we are 21. 1 month ago, extreme fear, and everybody was panicking, and that was where the market bottomed out. 1 month later, today now, everybody itself is now okay with this, all right? So take note, guys. I think that it's a good time to consider to take some profit along the way. And of course, this is the I do the new chart right now because the market go higher, right? So now it's at 67. I do the new chart for you at 67. If you look at it itself, right? The last time we hit 67, let's take a look, everybody. The market itself, majority of time, the market actually pulls back, okay? All right, so all I can tell you is there's still some upway potential. It is still possible, but it's just that now at 67, right, we are near there. So you don't need to take that risk on the market. This is my personal view. So again, we are approaching a Friday long weekend. So, weekend coming in, so we can consider the book profit first and set trailing stop. Okay, heard me? All right, if you heard me, it's all right. Please key the word heard. Okay, if you have heard me, all right, okay, please key the word heard. Consider to book 80% profits on all position right now. Leave a SWL for the remaining. All right, if you have heard me, please key the word heard. Okay, I want you to really take note of that. Please understand, my job is to help you guys to make money from the market. Your job itself to make sure that you control yourself well, and then you can make money and when time comes. Okay, that's how we'll be making money all this while. All right, thank you very much, guys. Okay, so this is my own personal view, and you know that usually on MEO it's all right. I don't really do such thing, but this time around I'm very confident. So I'm gonna put my signature there as well. And today is the 21st of October, 2021, and the time now is 10:26 a.m. So now this morning on the 21st of October, 2021. 10:26 a.m. I'm telling you, sharing with you that consider to load a bit more VIX contracts between 14.6 to 16. My target is 24 in about probably 2 months' time. All right, within a 2 months period. Okay. Okay, within a 2 months period from now, we should see about 24. My downside is 14, but you want to play very safe, you can put as 9 because that is still not very far away. So 14 means that, right, if you go 14, you don't feel comfortable in a cut, just cut. But if you can hold it to 9, it's still fair because 9 is one of the lowest level ever. All right, and those disclaimer apply. Now, of course, if the market goes up from 16, example, to 24, then it's easily about 50% return. Oh, that's very good. That's very, very good. So it's a 50% potential upside, okay, in terms of the value figure. So guys, if you think it makes a lot of sense to you and you don't mind taking a bit of trying on this, you can try on, okay, with Games platform to throw some fix. Okay, if you don't want, it's fine, you can do other platform too. But my point is this, based on what I'm seeing right now, we are just nearby, getting nearer. Just another couple of days, we should be able to see an absolute low for this round. Okay. All right, so that is my view on this VIX, and I'm sharing with you more. All right, so that will be the fun part itself. A bit long this morning. I told you there's a lot to share with you, but it's important. Let's look at the charts right now. The bull goes smooth, the bear goes through, and the lemming goes. It could be different this time. Okay, let's look at the charts right now. I didn't be waiting for this, right? Let's take a look. Okay, so let's look at first of all, the China A50 first. Okay, China A50 this morning has consolidated a little bit with the doji yesterday, and the MLP is here today at this point here. So the China A50 market now is likely going to wait for a while to see for further movement. The MLP for today is 15,888. Wow, a great number there. So what it's going to see is this: if the 1 minute, some messages coming in again. Just give me a short moment. Guys, just give me a short moment. Okay, so what's happening over here is all right. If the market basically for China A50 can stay above 15,888, then of course the market may be going back to test the 16051 Fibonacci figure. Okay, all right. If not, it's all right. I still think that it'll be a better buy for this price here at 15,585. That'll be a better price for you to buy into the China A50 counters. Okay. That is my personal view, okay? So you make your own calls on that itself, okay? Then of course Hang Seng, let's take a look at Hang Seng this morning. Wow, Hang Seng is still marching up. So maybe because of Evergrande, I don't know yet. I haven't seen the chart yet. Let's bring out Evergrande. Is it still trading today? Let's take a look. Okay, let me just bring Evergrande in. Okay, China Evergrande is trading today. Yes, indeed, it's trading today. Okay, as you can see right now, it's trading today. And how's it performing? Okay, it's slightly higher right now. Okay, all right, you can see that. Okay, so this is the share now. It's moving, as you can see, gap down this morning, but seemingly there's no much selling pressure, so maybe that's positive. Alibaba, okay, Alibaba, let's take a look. Baba, okay. Now, Alibaba is all right. You see, Charlie Mungo, all right, he's been buying some of the shares over here. Now, you must understand, before we get into that itself, Charlie Mungo did buy quite a few Alibaba shares, about 140, 150, but also if you look carefully in his thing, he also bought a lot at 210. So don't know here itself. So the average out will be somewhere around here. So now he's at break-even point. So of course, again, what is the reason of this Alibaba? As I told you guys, if you don't mind keeping it Alibaba to buy about 150 back then, I told you 150 if it crosses, you can buy Alibaba and now trade at $177 already. So anything that's valuable, good price, you can consider to buy. But now at this point now to chase, you are consider doing at a high chaser. I believe that you're going to come back down again to about 160 level. You can try because you have Charlie Mungo at the bottom for you. You might be safer. Okay, that's my view on Alibaba. All right. Remember Alibaba? I mean, Charlie Mungo bought a lot at 200 plus back then. Just that you know, just in case. Okay. All right. So that is the Hong Kong. Okay, that's the Hong Kong. So Hong Kong shares has went up high. Hong Kong. Now this is the chocolate bar. So what is happening right now? The MLP is here. Okay. So what's happening over here right now? We are seeing that MLP is right at this point, and that is at 26,036 level. Okay. So what is here is as long as the Hang Seng can stay above 26,036. Hang Seng might be testing this point here, and that is 26,300 300 level. Okay, so this is possible. All right. Now Hong Kong has already bottomed out recently at about 23,000, and then when it crosses the MA30 with a very big candle over here itself, we all know that this will signify a recovery. But if you look at it on the entire bigger range, let's take a look at everybody. Now this is entire range, then it may not look that all pretty, because if you look at the trend right now, okay, let's change the color so it'll be easier for you to take a look. Okay, so you can see that, right? The high trend actually is following the moving averages. Of course, it had bottom out at the bottom. So the thing is this, if you look carefully in terms of the momentum, this is A, then this is B, and this is C. Now we are near to the D point, all right? Nearer to the D point. So I suspect that the market may stop around this area here, all right? This is what my first suspect will be, okay? But of course, you can see that every time when the RSI hits about 30 level, that is usually the turning point for the Hang Seng market, and it seems to be there. So unless the market can break above C, then this will become a change of trend, and the market can go higher. So if not, it's all right. We just have to stay cautious of the wind, because the market still has to cross higher level first before we can actually expect it to go, to break a new all cycle level. All right, so there's one thing to watch out for. So traders, you can consider watching the market closer on this point. Okay, all right, so that's my view on China and Hong Kong. Let's look at the TWB chart right now for Hong Kong, shall we? Now, Hong Kong, this movement today is still pretty okay, but two things to take note of. Now, first view is that it's still an uptick. It's still a KSI green, but it's a bit of downtick. So that means that there will be a bit of selling pressure today despite it's going up. So it won't be a strong closing, in my opinion. It won't be a strong closing. Number two, you notice that there's a cage RL here, right? It's a cage RL here. So it's actually resisting the Hong Kong right now, as you can see that very visibly clear. And of course, the thing is that the opening price is between the two pivots, so upside is still quite validated. So even if it comes down, right, it will be supported at KTR -1 to -2 because the KSI is still green. It will still be supported by KTR -1 and -2. All right, it will be. And of course, let's see whether it did happen as what we said. Oh, beautiful, right? Can you see that? The Hang Seng came down very nicely, hit the KTR -1, and beautifully itself is stopped there and reversed itself and go back up to test KTR +1. So how many of you have made money from Hong Kong M1 trading this morning? If you have done that itself, right, please type HK. If you have made money from Hong Kong trading, please type HK right now. I want to see how many of you have made money from Hong Kong trading. Okay. All right. So that is the Hong Kong movement. All right. So let's move on to the Dow Jones right now. Okay, the Dow Jones, as you can see, we have new all-time high. Okay, so when new all-time high appear, the 95% will also change, ma. All right, so the new 95% is actually now higher than the previous one. And of course, now we can see that this is the moving average A, 30, and 200. So it's wow, we have literally put it all away. So now for today itself, right, we are at new level here. So there's nothing much I can tell you about upside now. But MLP, I can put it in, and this will be a very critical number for me. Now, MLP for today's Hang Seng itself, Dow Jones, the figure will be 35,510. So as long as the Dow Jones stays above 35,510, with it above MA30 and MA200 is very bullish. We have all new all-time high level. All right, now for student of mine with PTP trade, you will also know that there's another level to watch out for. It's a KSL level, and this is the KSL level, you know, right? Why is it drawn there? So this KSL level itself, right, is 35,592, 592, all right? So we are just marginally away from that, okay? Marginally away from that 592. Okay, so and we got trigger already, 35,592. So we got it trigger, as you can see, we got it trigger, and it's a positive closing still, so it will not be strong enough. If you want it to be triggered, then it has to really trigger one more time and then close negative. It basically is close below OP lah. So if you do see the market triggering 35,592 later in the afternoon, and then after that close below OP today, then that means that there should be some profit taking in the near term. Okay, for my point, yeah, so something to take note of. Huh? Wow, I see that Min Hui is very happy, making a lot of money. Wei Xiong, Judy, King Hua, Brian, all make money. All right, how about the rest of you guys? Enjoy making money? Okay, all right, so that is the this is what's happening right now for the US Dow Jones. So kindly take note of this, all this thing, huh? Okay, the weekly chart, let's take a look. Weekly chart wise, wow, we have new all-time high. So that's why it broke through. The BNB is still there, but the market broke through the BNB. So logically speaking, right, the Dow can even go higher, and it can go to even to 36,500. That means that if the Dow Jones continue to march up the south, right, it can really go to even as high as 36,532. Wow, that is going to be absolutely breathtaking. But I personally feel that it will come back first, then stabilize before going there. This is my personal view. If the market is to move, I think that will be the market direction that it should be happening. So let's see whether I'm right or not by the end of the day. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is what's happening over here right now for the market. Okay, hold on, let me clear up my screen. I just saw the Hang Seng had just crossed the 26,200 level. Pretty good. Okay, so let's look at the Dow Jones now for our TWB system. Okay, Now the Dow Jones this morning is all right. The KSI is a take note of. The KSI is green, but it's a downtick green, so there will be some profit taking soon around this soon. Now the opening price is actually below P2, so by right below P2 is a sell. But because the KSI is green, that is going to stop the selling too, if you go back above OP. So of course, if you go back above OP itself, right, you notice that there's a TSCB level at 35,587. And this level is stacking along with the pivot 2. So it's going to be very simple, guys. In my books itself, I'll just give a minute. Okay, in my books itself, right, if the market stays above OP and above pivot 2, the Dow should go higher, but it will be limited to KTR plus 1 to plus 2 because the KSI is a bit of downtick. But if the market goes down and go below OP, right, then there'll be easily KTR minus 1 being triggered. So do take down these numbers, everybody. Take down these numbers for, if you don't have the Dow chart itself, right, you may want to take down this number. Now I'm going to show you the 15-minute chart. And you can take a look at the two numbers right now. Now, if the Dow Jones stays up above OP, the first level it must break will be 35,587, as I mentioned. And if you can break above it, right, I think it will go up easily to KTR plus 1, and that's 35,689. Okay, so that is the upside. Okay, upside momentum movement. Now, if the market really stays down later on, because it breaks back below P2 and if it's below OP, right, then I would say easily it will come down very fast towards 35,422. Okay, got the idea? So that is what I'm seeing on the market right now, and I think that there is a bit of higher chance for the market to go higher first before coming down. All right, that's how I see the charts. All right, unless the market prove me wrong and go down straight away. Okay. All right, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the Nasdaq, shall we? The Nasdaq. Now, the Nasdaq yesterday ended not that nice because why? Because as I mentioned, right, as the market climbs itself, that will force the Federal Reserve to look into really taper, and that is not good because we're just a week or two away. So now the thing is this: I suspect that right, the Nasdaq is ripe for profit taking. The Nasdaq is ripe for profit taking, and I think traders should consider to take some profit. Okay, my personal view is like that. So the Nasdaq MLP for today itself is 15,400 level. So which means that if the market cannot stay above 15,400, because now it's 15,375, right? We're 25 points away. So which means that if the market cannot stay above 15,400, I suspect that the Nasdaq will take more profit soon. And I suspect that the market will come down to this point here at 15,165 over the next 2 to 3 working days. Okay, this is my personal suspect. Now, of course, I can be proven wrong. What if the market goes above 15,400? Then easy. Then the upside itself will be here. That upside itself should be 15,511. Okay, this will be the target. So guys, very simple, guys. 15,400. If it stays above it, 15,511. If the Dow Jones, if the Nasdaq cannot stay above the opening price, then it may drop back down to 15,165 range. Okay. So got it now? This is a view of what I have for the market here. Okay, this is the Nasdaq, and of course I look at the Nasdaq with the TWB chart. Now it's always good to basically do a bit of cross checking, then you will know better. Okay, now we have a problem, guys. Everybody take a look at the Nasdaq. Okay, this is what I felt. So now look at it from this point A to all the way point B. You notice that the low itself gets higher. Now in PTP, we call it as a higher low formation. Higher low formation means that, right, if the market is going in this manner, but the KSI start to turn red, anytime if the market breaks the previous low, it will likely come off. And I have seen and shown you guys several times on this before, right, about this particular movement. Remember that? Those who remember that, please keep remember. All right. Okay, if you remember that keyword REM. So what I'm saying that, right, if the Nasdaq really breaks below the day low of yesterday, most likely it's all right. We're going to see a bit of selling coming in for the Nasdaq. Okay, this is my personal view of what I see. So okay, all right. Okay, so if the market loses the previous low, that means that the Nasdaq will pull. Okay, all right. So watch out for this. This is mentioned in BTP. All right. Okay, so if not itself, right, the upside will be limited because why? The KSI is already red in color. So it's red in color means that, right, the market itself, right, will be limited to the most KDR plus 1. Okay, so upside is limited, downside is vulnerable. So traders, if you want to take note of this. Okay. All right, after Nasdaq will be S&P 500. Okay, S&P 500 is surging, it's still mounting up higher. The the MLP will be here today, and the market perfectly stopped it and recover. So what do you say? We are actually now about less than how many points? The all-time high is 14552. Sorry, 4552. The current price is 4536. So we are just less than about how many? 16 points away from the all-time high. Now the thing is this: I'm not that comfortable to think that S&P will get to clear all-time high this time around. So MLP for today is 45.31, which this morning the market tapped on it and recovered. So my view is this: if the S&P 500 cannot stay above 45.31, there should be some pullback. Okay, but this pullback won't be a lot. It won't be a lot, so just take note of that. Okay, the MA30 and MA200 is still very, very far away, so we don't need to cover much on that. Okay, so remember this, guys, when the market is touching the MA, that means that we know that the market itself is having a support. And if the market stays supported, it will go to the next resistance. And if the market broke resistance, it will go to the next target itself. That's how we use MA. But when it's far, far away, right, then you don't need to talk about MA because it's like redundant already. Okay, you should have bought it long time ago over here when we're calling to buy back then. Remember? Yeah. Okay. So this is something that you must take note of. Now, S&P 500 with the TWB chart, let's take a look. Okay, S&P chart shows very clearly that it's still within the 2 pivots, but the KSI is also red in color. It's moving exactly like the Nasdaq, and also we have the higher low formation. So which means that this point here will be the key breaking point. If the Nasdaq, if S&P breaks here, there will be some selling. And this particular point is yesterday low 45.14, 45.14, 45.14. Okay, the market has to stay above 45.14 for further upside. Okay, for further upside. All right, so that is the US equity market. Let's look at DAX, shall we? DAX is kind of sideways yesterday, no much momentum, no much movement. I think I'm pretty worried now with the UK problem side. That's why I suspect that even today, the UK DAX, I mean the German DAX itself won't be doing much movement. I suspect that it will range between these two lines. My target here itself, my target here is, again, and write down for you, it's about 15,610. MLP 15,511. Again, oh, familiar number again, 511. It's the same thing like what we saw there as well. And then the MA 200 is 15,438 level. Interesting. Yep. Okay. So got the idea. So I think it will be range bound between these few levels. I think that's what DAX will happen to do this today. Okay, so after the DAX itself, let's look at the Nikkei. Let's take a look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei is down this morning. Then after that, it recovers again, but it's still going to be below the MLP. And the Doji movement today likely could have a potential directional day. So let's say later on there's some negative news. This may flush the Nikkei back down to the MA 30 level here, which I think that it may actually happen. I believe that the Nikkei may flush down later on towards this point here, and that is 29,000 flat handle. Yep. Okay, that's my view on the Nikkei. So let's look at the Nikkei itself with the TWB chart. Okay, KSI is green, so it's pretty okay, but it's downtick green, so that means that the upside will be limited. And you can see that, right, it's limited. It did come down, supported itself, recover, because the KSI is green, but likely it will stay much higher. All right, so we'll watch this closer later. Okay, so I covered all the equity market itself. Let's look at the commodities market. For gold traders, time to listen up. Okay, gold traders, okay, listen guys. Gold itself, the MA 200 is here, which means that we are having an important technical point coming up at 1792. 1792 is a number that we have been mentioning across for quite a while already. This is the MA 200. So I believe gold will challenge 1792 later today. Yeah, later today. My personal view is that it will challenge that number later today. And the MLP today, the MLP is, oh gosh. MLP is here at 1775. So we are quite a distance away now. It's 1787. The MA 30 is here. It got supported beautifully over here itself. That's why the MA is so powerful. It's supported here, and then that was where it goes up already. Very nice, right? Beautiful. Okay, so the thing is this: what happened if the gold go higher? Well, if the gold go higher, the next target is 1795, and that's a KCB level. So once the market crossed 1792 to 1795, I suspect that the market will start to swivel a little bit. Okay. So my consideration here is that if you see 1792 or 1795, do book at least 50% profit. Okay, just book 50% profit. Now, why do we take booking of 50%? Because we have also seen many times before, right? When equity market is going up, the gold also went up. That's why recently the equity market goes up, right? Gold also follow through, right? All right. So the thing is this: if the equity market do have any form of profit taking, then naturally itself, right? Gold will also come down a bit. You understand? All right, so a lot of people will keep for long term itself, right? You can just keep the one that you bought at 1760, keep it if you want to. But if you want to, like, make money along the way itself, then what you can consider is just book a profit, come back down again, low, you can buy back again and hold. Yeah, you may not be buying at the absolute low, but at least you can buy, sell, and make money. Some people like to buy, sell to make money. Some people say that it's like redundant, within spreads, within comms. It's really an individual thing. I cannot say who's right, who's wrong. Okay, so gold traders stand by. All right, so I went right down. Resistance around 1792 and 1795 for gold. Consider book 50% profits. Okay. Okay, that is for gold. Okay, gold traders, this is my view. Now, the weekly chart itself also shows that the gold has breakout from the chart line. So it's going to move higher. I need to change this a little bit right now because now it has broken a trend already. So the next major one will be here because this is the one that basically hold up the entire gold market back then. So with this itself, right, that means that we have another, this week itself, we have another level to watch out for, and that's about 1803 level. Okay, 1803. Then of course next week itself, you get lower, will be 1797. I think that'll be even much better, right? If you look at it. Yeah, but definitely gold has technically bottomed out. Another pullback itself will be a very good time to accumulate more gold. All right, but I suspect the triangle will be something like this. It goes up, stop there, and then pull back again, and then before we see the ultimate move. So that will be likely in November and December period. Okay, so I drawn for you my view on how I see this two market move, this gold moving. Okay, let's look at today's TWB chart on gold before we go to something else. Now for gold today, it's still an uptrend, it's still moving up. CCRY, area of KSI is green, but as a downtick on green on the KSI, so that means that the upside will be limited. KSI is green and KCX is blue, no blue bars at the bottom, so it's very bullish. So overall itself, right, it's pretty bullish right now for the indicator form. So I suspect that today gold will test 1796. Now, is there any stack this morning? Let's take a look at any stack here. All right, there's one stack here at KTR plus 1. There is a stack here at KTR plus 1. So if gold price do recover later, if it goes up and stabilize KDR +1, it may go towards KDR +2, and that is 1795, and that's the same figure as I told you with regards to the MA itself. So I suspect that later on, if gold do form a base above KTR +1, 1788, gold will be able to generate uptrust towards this based on what I've been seeing over the last few months, all right, about how stack work. Okay, so traders, take note of this 1788 to 1795. That is going to be a good $7 to make, and this could be good money. Okay. Okay, all right, so let's look at silver, shall we? Silver, wow, silver, $24.38. It has blast past the Fibonacci, $24.10, and now it's going up further, right? And I told you likely it will go up higher, and silver should be able to go up higher to $24.60. Now, we are still holding our silver position, not going to sell anything at all. $24.60 is the next level. Now, of course, once the market goes a certain level, right, you'll pull back again. So it doesn't matter, you pull back again, accumulate and buy more. That is my view on this silver, okay? Silver, in my opinion, will likely be going higher in the time to come, okay? Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, look at silver chart. You can take a look closer. Okay, silver, as you can see, there is some resistance on here, but now it's at bottom out with MA30. So silver itself, right, in the trend line, you can see trend line, silver. This is the major trend line that silver had to cross. The shorter one is already broke out already. Can you see that? The shorter one already broke out. So the market already broke out from the trend line for silver. So that's why if you look at silver, it should be able to trade higher in the time to come. I believe that silver will go all the way up to around here before we consolidate a little bit. And the next uptrust should be going to $25.53. Now, again, all this is probably going to happen in November and December. Okay, so not going to be immediate, but this can tell you straight away now my view of the market. All right, in terms of movement. Okay, all right, so that is silver forecast. Okay, that will cover that. Let's look at crude oil. Crude oil is still going up. I suspected the crude oil will go down, and indeed it came down, but it didn't go down enough. Okay, it hit $80.50 area and then rebounded strongly again. So there's a lot of buying on crude oil. So what does it tell me? That means that the inflation problem is not going to die off so easily, right? So it's going to go forward. So the MA30 is here, the MA200 is here, so the market is still very bullish. The MLP is here at $82. So for crude oil itself, right, without any significant pullback, I won't be buying crude oil. But with the crude oil surging up in this manner, that means that the inflationary numbers still continue. And of course, this is at $83 now. My target now is upgraded to $85. But I really think that as long any higher itself, right, it's going to really pull the equity market down a bit more. So traders, you must be very, very careful. If it goes past $100, well, that will really shake a lot of it will shake a lot of grounds, and that will basically create a lot of unnecessary attention to the equity market. All right, so crude oil, let's take a look. Crude oil. Now today is above pivot 1, so it's kind of bullish. KSI is green, but it's down tick. So crude oil should go higher. So how high do it go? Well, based on the calculation of the KTR, all right, you can see right now there's some profit taking now on crude oil. But if crude oil stays above OP today, if it stays above OP today, crude oil can go back up to this point here, and that's $83.91. Any crazier movement will be here, $84.50, but I don't think that will happen today. $83.91 for chance. Downside itself, right, you can see it'll be $82.75, or if not, the pivot at $82.38 that row. Okay, all right. Now there's some selling intraday, but it's still early, so let's take a look deeper. Okay. All right, last two is a Bitcoin and Ethereum to wrap it up for today's sharing. Now, Bitcoin is now trading at 64,000. All right, the high of yesterday was 67,000. Okay, the high is 67,000. So of course, it's a new all-time high. So what's my view for this Bitcoin? Well, same thing again. I'm not going to buy anything at all at this junction here itself. We have a bit of ADA coin, we have a bit of this Ethereum we have bought last time. So all I can say is this: at the moment now, right, everything is bullish, no reason to panic. But the thing is this market has overrun, in my opinion. So a pullback of sort is kind of expected. And I'm looking at 57,000 again to really consider whether it's a good time to just bottom out to buy some, or think it will go down lower. Okay, so I'm going to still stay with my call. I suspect that it will still come down. So if the market loses this 63,000, then I'll be looking to short this Bitcoin. Okay, only if it breaks, only when it breaks. Now for Ethereum, Ethereum now is trading at, okay, Ethereum has blast up yesterday, blast up. I did tell you guys the trend line, and I didn't know that it would blast up. So say Ethereum blast up because of some big guys calling for it. So now Ethereum is just also marginally away from the all-time high. Now, basically, we're still holding the position, but we thought that it will come down. So I'm wrong on this, I admit. But my view is that, right, Ethereum, you know, last time we saw when it hit this high, all right, after Ethereum falls down all the way that badly, all right, it was like 4,000 dropping all the way to 1,700 level. Oh my goodness. So I'm not saying that it will repeat, but I think a good pullback is going to be expected. So I'm going to suspect that it will be a better buy at 36550. Not now. Now it's already too high, in my opinion. Really not worth it to buy. Okay, all right. So that's my own personal view. You have your own view too. I'm sure everybody can do their own thing through and see whether or not it makes sense. All right. Okay, that will be all for today's MAO. Thank you for listening to me. I know that today is pretty long, but I apologize. Good stuff to you. So once again, tomorrow is Friday. Do note, once again, don't take too much position over the weekend. Especially, we know that on 23rd, there will be the Evergrande supposed to make payment. All right, you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the trend and get hit by the market. All right, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys once again. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.